Imagine rising from Earth until the ground disappears. The clouds shrink to tiny white puffs. The blue atmosphere fades away. Before you appears space, silent and filled with stars. Earth becomes a small blue marble floating in darkness, circling our sun. Our sun sits at the heart of everything. It's a star 870,000 miles across, made of hydrogen and helium. Nuclear fusion at its core turns matter into light and heat. Every second it releases more energy than humanity would use in a million years. From far away, our solar system looks like a flat disk, a vinyl record floating in space. This disk is called the ecliptic plane. Almost all planets orbit within it. The solar system formed from a spinning cloud of gas and dust that flattened over time. Within this disk sit the rocky planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They're small, solid, and close to the Sun. Mercury swings between 800 degrees Fahrenheit and minus 290 degrees. Venus has surface pressure 90 times stronger than Earth. Mars shows signs of ancient rivers. Jupiter dominates the outer solar system. It's 1,300 times larger than Earth by volume. The Great Red Spot is a storm so massive that 3 Earths could fit inside it. This storm has been raging for over 350 years without stopping. But the solar system doesn't end at Neptune. Something far stranger waits beyond the last planet, and it changes everything we thought we knew about our cosmic neighborhood. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt. It's a ring of ancient icy bodies left over from the solar system's birth. Pluto lives here, along with Makemake, Haumea, and Eris. These frozen worlds orbit in near-total darkness, billions of miles from the sun's warmth. Pluto's surface is covered in frozen nitrogen valleys and ice mountains. It reflects a faint bluish light like a distant mirror. In 2015, New Horizons flew past and showed us a world far more complex than anyone expected. Heart-shaped plains stretch across its face. Even farther out sits Sedna. This dwarf planet follows such a stretched orbit that one trip around the sun takes 11,000 years. At its most distant point, Sedna is 900 times farther from the sun than Earth. The sun looks like just another star from there. But here's where things get strange. The sun creates an invisible bubble around our entire solar system. Scientists call it the heliosphere. And what happens at its edge defied all predictions. Voyager 1 crossed this boundary in 2012. It detected the moment when solar wind stopped and interstellar space began. The probe is now over 15 billion miles from Earth. Every second, it travels farther into regions no human has ever seen. It still sends faint signals back. Surrounding everything we've talked about is the Oort Cloud. It's a sphere of comets and frozen fragments that wraps around the solar system like a cocoon. It extends nearly 1.5 light-years from the sun. Comets from here take millions of years to complete one orbit. This cloud is both a graveyard and a nursery for comets. Passing stars sometimes knock these frozen chunks toward the inner solar system. They fall sunward, growing bright tails of ice and dust. Every comet you've ever seen likely came from this distant shell. Once you leave the Oort Cloud, you're outside the solar system. The sun becomes just another star among billions. Earth is invisible. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all gone. What surrounds you now is interstellar space, the void between the stars. But this void isn't empty, and what fills it tells a story nobody expected, a story written in ancient explosions that happened millions of years before Earth existed. Interstellar space contains scattered hydrogen atoms, thin gas clouds, and magnetic fields stretching across light years. The sun moves through a structure called the local bubble. It's a cavity 300 light-years wide, carved out by ancient supernova explosions that swept away gas and dust. Alpha Centauri is our nearest stellar neighbor at 4.3 light-years away. It's actually 3 stars. Alpha Centauri A and B orbit each other closely. Proxima Centauri is a small red dwarf that hosts an exoplanet in its habitable zone. Life might exist there. Zooming out further, we see the Orion Arm. It's one of many spiral arms in our Milky Way galaxy. This swath of stars and nebulae stretches about 10,000 light-years. Our sun and all its neighbors live here, in a relatively quiet corner of the galaxy. The Milky Way is a disk 100,000 light-years across, but only 1,000 light-years thick. If the galaxy were the size of a dinner plate, our solar system would be smaller than a speck of dust. 4 spiral arms rotate slowly around a bright central core. At the galaxy's heart sits something that controls everything, a black hole 4 million times more massive than our sun, and its influence reaches farther than anyone first realized. Around the galactic disk lies the halo. It contains ancient stars, globular clusters, and dark matter. This invisible matter doesn't interact with light, but its gravity holds everything together. Without dark matter, the Milky Way would fly apart. Stars would scatter into the void. The Milky Way isn't alone. It belongs to the Local Group, a collection of over 50 galaxies bound by gravity. This group spans 10 million light-years. Andromeda is the largest member. In about 4 billion years, it will collide with our galaxy and merge into something new. Dwarf galaxies orbit the Milky Way like cosmic moons. The Magellanic Clouds are visible from Earth's southern hemisphere. Our galaxy's gravity slowly tears them apart. Streams of stars, called tidal streams, show where smaller galaxies are being absorbed. It's cosmic cannibalism in slow motion. But the Local Group is tiny compared to what contains it. The Virgo supercluster holds thousands of galaxies spread across dozens of clusters. Light from its center takes 60 million years to reach us. When we observe it, we see how it looked when dinosaurs walked Earth. Something even larger pulls on everything around it. Galaxies aren't stationary. They flow toward a mysterious concentration of mass, and nobody can explain exactly what it is. The Great Attractor is a dense region pulling everything toward it, but it's part of something bigger. The Laniakea supercluster contains over 100,000 galaxies stretching 500 million light-years. The Milky Way is just one tiny point flowing within this gravitational river. At the largest scales, the universe looks like a sponge. Filaments of galaxies form the edges. Cosmic voids fill the empty spaces. The Boots void is 330 million light-years across, with almost nothing inside. A civilization living there would see very few stars in their sky. At the edge of what we can see lies a faint glow coming from every direction. It's the cosmic microwave background. This radiation is a photograph of the universe when it was only 380,000 years old. The seeds of every galaxy we see today are visible in its patterns. The observable universe spans 93 billion light-years. It contains 2 trillion galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. Beyond its edge, light hasn't had time to reach us yet. There may be other universes beyond our cosmic horizon, forever invisible and unreachable. So what lies above and below our solar system? Everything. The galaxy that shelters us. The superclusters that contain it. The cosmic web stretching billions of light-years. And below? The atoms that make up everything. We are made of stardust, looking back at the stars that created us.